gas work log, we'll go past all this, and where we're going to go first of all is page 8. This is where you live. This is where it tells you everything to do. Ignore the green until I tell you otherwise, or Stuart tells you, right, you are ready for direct observation. So we're going to start with assessment 3. Now assessment 3 is this orange. You've got to do that at work. But what it does say, minimum of 2 must come from work. This first column is all installs. So that's pipe install, hanging and installing the boiler, and there's a planning with number 3. The same with number 4. Pipe install, install the boiler, and a planning. Assessment number 5, no planning required, none. Pipe install write-up, install gas boiler write-up. So that first column, install. That is one of those 2 that you need from site. Then you need to box clever, what do you do most on site? Oh, it's moving screen with me arm. This column here is servicing. That column there, fault finding. If you do a lot of servicing at work, they are the reflective accounts that you're going to do. So the orange service, you'd fill one of them in for assessment 3. You'd fill one of them in for assessment 4. That's your 2 done there. If you struggle to do fault finding, come in here, we'll do it with you. And you can do an RAC, which is a reflective account in centre. The RAS, reflective account, site. Number 5, again, install and pipe. This not applicable here is interchangeable. So that not applicable can go here. So if you don't do fault finding, okay, do another service, and then that's it. So there's 9 boxes there, you only have to complete 8. 6 of them need to come from work, and 2 of them are going to come from here, right? So you're going to live there. Now, let's go and have a look at the planning bit. And I want to point out something to you all before I have to scroll past all this pony first, bear with. Don't get me fat gut on here, Lisa. Right, we're on planning. Now, here, PP1, that's from work. It can't come from anywhere else. But PP2, that can either come from work or in centre. So it depends on what you've done. I'll show you how these are filled in a few minutes. But PP1, it's just job location. It's you talking about how you planned it. So how were you planning for the pipe work? How were you planning for the boiler? That's what we're talking about. Just going to dive over here to quickly scroll through. But it is talking and asking you about what tools did you need and all that type of thing. We'll come back to that. What I want to show you though is going to the pipe install. So I'm just going to bring this menu up here. I go past. I'll go past the planning, which is there, now this pipe install. So this pipe install, you can see number 3, number 4, number 5, them's the ones we're working on. So we're going to go past the greens, do not fill in the green ones. There's the direct observation. So we're going to go here, right? So this pipe install, forget the number 2 bit, right? It's PI 3RA. There, it says cross-reference to other tasks. So if you're doing the pipe work, and it's number 3 that you're filling in, that will say PP1 and IGB3RA. That's what that will say, so you've linked them together. If we go down to number 4, that will say PP2 and IGB4. Then, if we continue down to number 5, this will say, so it's pipe work, this will say linked with IGB5. No planning, remember, required when you do pipe work and appliance number 5. That's how things are linked together. It isn't rocket science at all. It's very, very simple. All you've got to do is put the link in there. That's it. Right, now I'll take you to the website, which you've all got access to. So we go there, and I've just discovered some things that I'd forgot I'd done. So here, there is a gas work log prompt button. So we're in the sort of resources section where that cog is. You click on that, there is a log. You can see it's filled in. I just want to draw your attention to this bit. So you can see assessment number 3 there, and it says PP1, PI and IGB. Them are the 3 things you need for an install. Then we move on. This bit, if you've got a CV, you can just put a CV in there rather than writing everything in there. Because, and this is going to disappear by the way, I don't know why my CV is on here, but that, if I click that, that's my CV. It tells me everything that I need to know if I was answering these questions. So put a CV on. If not, you're going to have to fill that section in. Then we scroll through, ignore the green, that's for your assessor. But this bit is the person you're working with, and you put their card on, front and back. And then this stuff, who are they, where are they contactable, etc. These are the sections you're doing, that bit in green, so you can see you're on 9189. But yes, yes, no, you don't do meters. You can see the bits that I've highlighted in green, that's the stuff you're working on. You should know that by now anyway. So you can see that one I've highlighted in green, evidence from the workplace or centre. That one's only coming from work. And if you go through this, it's showing you how to do things. So I'm on planning, Daffodil Avenue, I've told you what I was doing. I've not put tools and plans on, I'm not teaching you to suck eggs, put stuff in. Work programming, if it's a 2 or 3 day job, well, what did you do on day 1? What did you do on day 2? When did the electrician come in? That type of thing. Then we move down. Calculations can be inserted as a link. Okay, well, if I click that, that is showing how I found out where all the calculations were. If I click this one, use the above link to assist. What's this? Planning, you've got to fill one of those in. It is all there for you. Gas pipe sizing grid, everything is there. So this is a really useful tool for you to help you fill it in. But you should be past that by now anyway. All of you should be past that. And what we're interested in is filling it in correctly. So if I go back to page 8 again, because you want to live in page 8, this is where you need everything done. So there's 8 boxes down at the bottom here. Well, there's 9, but there's 8 you're going to fill in. You may fill in all them 3 and all them 3. And you're left with 3 faults. Right, contact us then. Right, so we'll have looked at all this. If we're happy with all that, contact us, you can bob in and do that. Right? While you're here, what we'll do on these greens, we'll have a look at assessment 1. Now on assessment 1 it says all 3 must be directly observed. So I've got to have eyes and boots on the ground. There's only one of them where I've got to come to work, or Stuart's got to come to work. So while you're here doing them other orange ones, I can do service twice, and I can do fault finding twice. So that only leaves then install, and then install where Stuart's got to come out twice. When he's coming out to do that install, he's not going to want to see planning, but what he wants to see is you installing pipe work, and they want to see you installing a gas boiler. And that's what you've got to do. I'm not going to do anything on Smart Assessor for this video because obviously data protection, it'll have people's names on. But if you need to come in, contact us. We will do stuff with you, but you've got to show willing. You all came in on the 22nd of January this year, and there's only a few individuals who've actually done something when requested, and that was the agreement. You can come in again, but you've got to show willing. All right, so that'll do for this video. Thank you very much.